It was part of what they call SEER school, Survival, Escape, Resistance, Evasion. It's a school they required you to go to prior to the combat zone of Vietnam. And yes, we were all waterboarded there, and yes, it is torture. If waterboarding's okay, then why don't we let our police do it to suspects so they can learn what they know?
That's an interesting question. I understand that question.
Again, if waterboarding's okay, why didn't we waterboard McVeigh and Nichols, the Oklahoma City bombers, to find out if there were more people
What's
involved?
What's your answer to that? Why didn't we? Why didn't we?
Well, I don't know. We only seem to waterboard Muslims. It's a good thing I'm not the president. I'm an independent, because I would prosecute the people who did it, I would prosecute the people who ordered it, and they would all go to jail.
Okay.
We only
Please don't. Please
Muslims. Oh yeah, we just go into mosques and just indiscriminately pull up. Wait a second. No, we only waterboarded people that planned the attacks on September 11th. They killed 3,000 Americans. Perhaps Jesse should stop smoking whatever Jesse's been smoking and keep his mouth shut about things he knows absolutely nothing about.
Oh, my.
This is a guy who, by the way, I must continue to say this. They got paid $2 million by this network, did one show and sucked so bad that they sent him back to Minnesota and said, we never want to see you again. I wish I was that bad. Perhaps I am. Maybe they'll fire me and I can take my money and go to Florida.
$2 million for one show. He might not be a bad businessman.
That's the sort of stupidity. It seriously should be a crime to be that dumb and on TV. We only waterboard Muslims.
Don't do the imitation.
Oh, God.
It makes
Let's bring in Rudy Giuliani right now. Former Republican mayor of New York City, former presidential candidate Rudy Giuliani. This seems like a great place to start. Why is it that people like Jesse Ventura are so concerned about how we treat people like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed?
Yeah,
why is it?
Sometimes I think that people get so preoccupied and obsessed with the rights of terrorists, they forget the balance here, the rights of Americans to get information.
But why are they so concerned about, again, they will denigrate the officers that were furiously working at the CIA in 2002 to try to figure out who killed 3,000 Americans. They tell them that you're pieces of garbage, that you're liars, that you're no good, that you're un-American, and then they want to go out and be big and mighty and defend terrorists.
It reminds me to some extent the debates we used to have in the 80s and 90s about criminals, people who would go after the police and constantly think about expanding the rights of criminals. It made them feel more sympathetic, more for the underdog. And this is much worse than just criminals. I mean, we're talking about terrorists who kill innocent people. They are very well organized, they're very disciplined, and they feed on this kind of sympathy or empathy. They take advantage of it.
Are you talking
and these
about
people don't get it.
The 3 people that we know were waterboarded? Or are you talking about prisoners of war? Because we don't know about them.
No, but they know they can play on this. They know this. What kind of sentiment do we want to call it? I hate to call it a liberal sentiment, but
I almost think that, I mean, Joe, all due respect, I almost think that's too simple, right? I mean, I think it's too simple to say that the criticism these people are making is simply saying, let's coddle them, let's take care of them. Aren't they saying that they're worried that the more that we do these things, the more that we cross the lines in ways that aren't effective, that it ends up becoming a recruiting tool?
Hold on a second. I've got to stop you right there. How do you dare come on this set and say that's not effective? That's just not the truth. And if you have any evidence that it is not effective, let me know right now.
Joe, I've investigated.
Wait, you're saying any evidence that waterboarding's not effective?
Yes.
Oh, this is interesting.
Do you have evidence?
Hold on. This is really, so let's be really clear. Neither you nor I have complete evidence, and so I'm one of those who've said all along that Cheney and Pelosi are right, that we need to have a full look into this.
No, you just said it was ineffective.
Hold on a second.
No.
I said what their argument was. I said very clearly that they have made the argument, not simply let's coddle terrorists. They very clearly made the argument that part of the reason we're talking about the waterboarding issue isn't that we're always 100% clear that it's not effective. But part of the concern is that even if it's effective, it also may be ineffective and it may become a recruiting tool.
So you're saying it may be effective?
Joe, I think
on one portion of it, but another portion of it, it may not be.
I think that is one of the great.
And I think we don't know the answer.
One of the great fallacies.
Actually, I do know the answer. And America will know the answer when the documents are declassified. I do know the answer to that question.
One of the